Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and my dear fellow gamers, welcome to the Esports Club Presents Showdown Series Season 7 for Valorant, powered by Crucial by Micron, and of course our media partner, Gossip.gg. We are back once again, and this time we'll be talking about our important upper brackets matchup. I'm your host for today, Augusta. Alongside with me, I have my co-caster, Azura Aiden, as we are here once again to talk about the important matchup that's going to happen for today.
Well, true. You mean to say upper bracket, and upper bracket means just one thing, the safety cushion that they still have. Whoever loses is gonna go ahead, fight against Asterisk. And for now, the previous game itself was super exciting. Moving forward, the upper bracket is gonna be even more enticing. So we are all here for a treat.
Yep. The upper bracket finals between Team 10-7 and of course none other than another team called as Team Amigos Esports. They'll be heading on with yet another best of 3 matchup to determine which team will have a confirmed spot to the grand finals, which means if you secure grand final spot, then that means you've secured first and second place. That's the best part about it.
True. Majority of the chunk of the prize pool, right? 50,000 for the first place, 30,000 for the second place. So these are the things that you're already securing for yourself. So which team is it gonna be? We're gonna look at that real soon, as we have already broken down the prize pool. It's a total of 1 lakh rupees INR.
Yep, 1 lakh INR with 50,000 INR in first place, 30,000 INR with second place. And of course, third place will be receiving a total of 20,000 INR respectively. And also, as we take a look at the brackets once again, we are down to 2 matches. The first matchups being the upper bracket finals between Team 10-7 versus Team Amigos Esports. Followed up with the lower brackets finals, it's up against Asterisk, who would either go up against Team 10-7 or Amigos Esports, accordingly with the matchup that we're about to cast for today.
See, 10-7 already an all-star roster against Amigos Esports, where Amigos have been that team who sticks by together through all of these tough times, through all of these tournaments, they have stuck together. Neko, especially the IGL, he's been calling in a lot of shots, even though he usually plays as an initiator. He's really good whenever it comes to those strategic maneuvers. On the other end, we know Tricky is filled with all of those tricks in his hats, and one by one is what he reveals. By taking those frags, being the duelist, the weight is going to be really good, and I want to see how well they can go ahead and stand tall against this competition.
Yeah, for now, why don't we take a look at the head-to-head comparison between these two teams from Team 10-7 versus Amigos Esports. Let's not forget, you also have Paradox as well as the Sentinel, right? On the
Yes,
side of
sir.
10-7, which is really powerful just by taking a look at it. So yeah, once again, head-to-head between 10-7, Paradox and Juggy on the side of Team Amigos Esports. 6 first blood out of 7, 60 kills out of 76 kills, and an ACS of 259. You can clearly see the changes and the statistic comparison between these two teams.
Juggy, usually he plays as an initiator role, and oh my god, he's amazing. He's like a juggernaut whenever he comes to a map of Ascent, becomes absolutely lethal whenever that information game is on point. He has the Odin to spam across as well, but I want to know whether Ascent is going to be played into this picture or not. A BO3 where all the 3 maps are going to be very dicey to pick forward to. So I hope that Amigos is prepared for this against 10-7, an all-star roster. And talking about the entire lethality of the team itself, we're going to definitely bounce right into the map veto and understand what are those map picks. First off, it's going to be Ascent picked in by none other than Amigos Esports. Then 10-7 going ahead and picking Haven alongside the decider being Bind. We have seen how Bind has gone through, right?
Yeah.
In the previous game itself. And now when I see Bind, it's filled with a lot more opportunities all of a sudden because of the star plays that Smoka could go ahead and initiate.
Yeah, and also Bind, we always expect to see a Brimstone as a controller and a must-have raise. Like, not a lot of situations where you did get to witness a double duelist. It's just the meta of map Bind has always been the same. But the main difference that I do have to talk about is the map that Team Amigos have picked, which is none other than map Ascent, and Team 10-7 picking map Haven. So Ascent, like I said, vanilla map, but there are some certain situations where it did see changes in their agent picks. The only difference is, will it be a mirror matchup like we always expected to see on the recent matches that we did casted for our Showdown series season 7, or will it be a different case scenario from these upper brackets matchups?
Can be a potential mirror composition coming in. Amigos especially, they're very comfortable with a single initiator or a dual initiator, to be honest. Yeah, dual initiator is what they usually pick. Neko always going in for the KO, the early insight where the opponents are going to be, and the suppressions work like a charm. So it's a dual initiator for sure coming in from the likes of Amigos, having a single sentinel that is Cypher. But on the other end, it's Paradox. Paradox, he has done all of those shenanigans in the map of Ascent. So vanilla map for sure, but the amount of strategies that come through from 10-7, that needs to be nullified in order to go ahead and get the victory in the first one. Amigos for sure, they're looking very confident in the first map, but you never know what 10-7 have in their arsenal.
Yep, 10-7 and both Amigos, they are one step away of reaching the grand finals and securing the first and second place spot. And you can clearly see that having a confirmation of the place itself is much more valuable rather than being in the lower brackets to fight up against Team Asterisk, right? So yeah, let's take a look at the agent select as well and see what's going to happen on map number 1 Ascent. Like we said, like we detected, I believe it could be happening in a mirror matchup like I talked about. But before we talk about the agent selects, let's take a look at the player spotlight. Tricky from 10-7.
Tricky, 84 total kills, 51 deaths and 8 assists. My man has been all over the map. All over the map. ACS of 296.55, rounded up, you get 297 and 18 first bloods. Headshot percentage is not that impressive. I would really like to see him hit more of those crisp one taps in order to get that percentage a tad bit more higher, but it's 26.29 for now.
Yeah, I mean, the headshot percentage might be a tricky stat, but when it comes to the kills, 84, a total first bloods of 18 and 296 ACS really showcases that Vandal isn't the only weapon that Tricky knows, right? there are a lot of other weapons like the Judge, in which you'd be able to secure more kills, and that's exactly what Tricky is known for, right? He'll be able to adapt in certain situations, even if it is a thrifty situation, eco rounds, full buy rounds, anything else you go about, you would always see Tricky almost, either getting the initial frags or maybe trying to get the job done in the mid phase of those execution phases.
As long as he's alive, the entire team's hope is still going to be on him in order to get those frags. So the fragging potential is really good. Plus, 10-7 has that trading potential as well. Right off the bat, get the manpower advantage, and post that, even if they play through trades, they still have one last man remaining, which makes them stand out of the crowd. So that's one of the things about 10-7. But Amigos, again, this team has been functioning as a single unit for a really long time. As far as I can remember, Ginola, the moment he chose to be the duelist, he has been popping those heads, but now the roles have reversed. He is adapting to other situations as well. For example, going ahead and being the controller, being the sentinel as well. And yeah, so all of those things are going to be counting into the picture as goes with the agent selection. A mirror composition nonetheless, and from here on, it's all about those mistakes being pondered right upon. But here's one thing. UV, he's into the picture. Morningstar, he has come back. So how can things function? We're gonna soon see that. It's a difference of the Sentinel currently. KJ or Cypher? Who's better? You guys decide.
Yep. Amigos Esports versus 10-7 upper bracket matchups. Really great agent select as well. Although yes, mirror composition from the rest of the agents, but there is some slight changes in the Sentinel versions. One, it's either a KJ or it's either the Cypher. So without any further ado, folks, let's not waste any more time and proceed with map number 1, Ascent. Upper bracket finals, the winner proceeds to have a spot in the grand finals, and the one who will be eliminated from the matchup will go all the way down to the lower brackets, fighting up against Team Asterisk. Who will it be? Let's see how well the pistol rounds favor for either of these two teams.
There is a roster change. And in the midst of all of that roster change, was that a rock falling down? It's still falling? Okay, it might just be falling.
Yeah, there is.
But there's a factoid coming in as well. Ascent, with its open mid area and strategic control points, emphasizes mid controls as a pivotal aspect for team strategies. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
This is one of those places where mid is heavily contested, especially when it comes to these two. 10-7 versus Amigos, where Amigos is at the attacking side, 10-7 towards the defense half.
Yep. The normal strategy that you'd expect, one-way smoke towards B long. Sorry, not B long, A long that is. You'll always get to expect a stack that is happening from the side of Team Amigos. So you have two players patiently waiting for the smoke to come to an end, but there's an aggressive attempt coming in from the side of the defenders, and this might have ended up giving them the opening that they need. Both Paradox and the KO down for the count, which gives them the opening towards the A side. You still have Tricky waiting towards mid. The Sheriff just needs to find the proper moment. As he falls back, Xeon misses the chance, but he will casually fall back and hopefully see whether the post-plant situations would favor for them. Meanwhile, you still have the Lurker, the KJ, who is still slowly making their way back towards A main.
There comes those shots, Neko. But now, he's baffled, he's running away. As the defenders, they're approaching, there's no one behind the lines. That's one of the things that the KJ is making sure. There's no amount of resistance coming in from the defensive side, even though they're heading from a single door. That can be a big mistake. Right around the corner, there comes a swing. UV, Tricky, both stuck in a 1-to-1 situation where Cyrax, he's going to capitalize alongside Xeon. A good first round, deadly maneuvers, post-plant, and that bonus is for sure going to kick in.
Team Amigos. Patience is the key to virtue. All they had to do was just wait. There was no need for an aggressive push like that. Wait for the smoke to dissipate, and once it does, ensure that they have information regarding with the rest of the players. But instead, we saw both of them push aggressively in a way that they did get themselves caught up, losing two players already at the early round, providing the advantage for Team Amigos. Really interesting positions of the recon dart that's been placed towards mid to detect players and I believe they might have found some. There is a stack being made from mid and also on way, which means that the entirety of B has been covered up. You also have the Cypher scan to provide information, but the suppression knife will force them to push in towards the side without using any utilities whatsoever. Informations will be given, so are the mid control stack, in which Xeon wins one.
That's right, Xeon. The conundrum towards side B. This man is just acting so well, getting the second one as well. The third one. It's a single one-man show, and with just Sheriff, he's managing to shut down such big forces. Last man standing, Kibon, won't be able to do anything as the second round kicks in. Amigos, way to go.
Way to go, Amigos. 2 rounds back to back. Almost a flawless round win, but nonetheless, a well-deserved win. As Team Amigos starts to rack things up with their economic growth, the same thing cannot be said for Team 10-7. They will be having an Odin buy coming in from Kohli, which will in fact be a spam from B main. Let's see how well mid control would be. I mean, I just realized that there is no one contesting towards mid. I believe that Paradox, who's currently playing as the Sentinel, slowly making his way towards mid. There isn't any utilities currently present to detect any players, and that's the main reason why you can clearly see Amigos just pushing aggressively towards mid. No alarm bots. I'm just really worried about the second half for them.
They're giving away the mid control. They know it's all right. We have the upper edge. We have the upper hand. All they have to do is keep the aim locked and loaded. Off angles is one of the places where they can capitalize from. As you all can see, Omen is still there towards the spawn area, trying for the deadly maneuvers, and if he sees any player stepping those bounds, he can easily shut them down as well. Market, currently under the radar, trying to check every single corner. Cyrax, he's holding it, not aggressing forward, and now, finally, he's moving in order to understand what kind of position this entire place is holding, but it's tricky. The off angle is always gonna favor him, and alongside it's Neko, who takes a big brunt on his head. Paradox doing God's work, being the controller, but finally, the paranoia is gonna take him in surprise. Cyrax, the push is just accurate.
Spike planted.
The spike's been planted. Right now, there's a chance for Team 10-7 to recover this round. And look at the headshots from Tricky. Just swing and a flick. One click to the head and the other just right towards the left. 10-7, 1-2, and also I do have to fix the mistake that I talked about. Paradox is not playing as a Sentinel Cypher, he's playing as the controller Omen.
Yeah.
So I do have to rectify that. But all in all, taking a look at the replay itself, you can clearly see a really great hold coming in from both Paradox as well as Tricky. Playing in a very risky off angle in a way that even the Sova had no idea that he would go a very bit aggressive towards the other side. Most probably, you would be in a very pixel angle type-esque position for Jets. But yeah, being in an off angle, obviously you would have the element of surprise, and that's exactly what we did get to see from Tricky's end. Great usage, great counter intelligence being made from 10-7. So let's see if this, keeps increasing at a steady pace.
They've already gotten the full buy round, and the opponents now are planning for a slow execution. Yet again, the Omen towards the spawn area. Last moment pivots, last moment shifts is what we can expect from their end. Amigos, Cyrax, deep down towards mid. They are giving away the mid control, giving that false sense of hope to the opponents, thinking that there's no one contesting this place. But when it comes to that honeycomb structure, it always works out for 10-7. It's a very passive aggressive angle being held towards Fountain, and Tricky, he knew it. Cyrax is gonna get greedy, head towards the middle control, and right off the bat shuts him down. The duelists, he's already out of this picture.
This is such a risky decision for 10-7. Making them watch both market and B main, it's a very risky thing to do so, but it eventually ends up working well for them. Execute will be on A once again, fragment to flush out Paradox. Flash staged out of his mind, but he will recover nonetheless. The ability from the Paradox Won't be able to find
Neko.
proper ways as the push will be made. All up to Paradox as he gets fixed out immediately. 10 seconds left, and that is more than enough to secure post plant. And now it's a 2v4 favoring for Team Amigos.
Neko, he's amazing when it comes to those frags, especially in A site. I've seen this man hunkering down a 4-man squad just by staying at this spot towards hell. So it's about damn time that the defense section, that is 10-7, they understand to shut down Neko first and then go ahead and do something big about it. Goalie for now undetected, but there's yet another player near the boxes. He's gonna swing, but Tricky, he gets him. Recon dart. It's not gonna see any more information, but Tricky, he's doing amazing work. Last man standing, the spike is sticking. Juggy running away. He wants to save his weapon, but he will save it as well. Juggy. Clutching the round and getting the third.
Not only is he a juggernaut, but he's also a really great juggler. Just falling back at the right time, playing for time. The next thing you know, Tricky was trying to fall off from the backside. Boop. Disappeared. 7 kills for Tricky. Blade Storm is available, which means that in the eco round, the Blade Storm will be an important moment to determine whether if they can capture a thrifty round or not. But when it comes to the morale of the side of Team Amigos Esports, they are looking really good. Xeon with amazing hold as the lurk, watching their backs, control on mid is imminent, and it's just really good. Although, once again, I do have to talk about the previous rounds, right? Mid control, like the whole mid control, including market, is at the hands of Amigos, which is really risky, right? Especially on a B side, you're supposed to have control on market and mid so that once the players do make their execute, it'll just be on one particular angle, and that is towards B main, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Once you get the control towards mid, you have catwalk, you can hit towards market. It enables a lot of room for you to have those last moment switcheroos. But you know how cautiously the defense side is holding that?
Yeah.
It's just by being passive aggressive. At the end, it's all about who gets the first pick. And Tricky, he's just waiting for that right opportunity. Across goes Xeon. And it's a first frag, enabling a lot of things, which means the backstab is imminent and things can dwindle from there on. A retake is what the entire team is waiting for, as Cyrax has already established himself onto a really good spot towards heaven. Good weaponry. Ginola spots a player, Paradox, right in front. I still want to see how good this man cooks.
There's already 4 angry defenders of Team 10-7. Here comes Tricky.
Oh!
The second, the third. Will he get the fourth? No! Tagged out of his head. It is Juggy once again. But
Wow.
Ginola will also be picked out in the process. A shot at the hands of Team 10-7. And it all comes down to Tricky with his initial frag. Just swooshes in. The blade finds its prey, and with it, thrifty round from the side of Team 10-7, 2-3. As we take a look at the replay once again, look at that. He just knew that there was a turret, and he knew the exact location of KJ's whereabouts.
Tricky,
and then
man.
the executes, man oh man, it's just so satisfying to look at those one-tap headshots from the Blade Storm.
Juggy, ready with his ultimate. Hunters all across. But how well can he go ahead and execute? Cyrax on the other end, good retaliation, but it's tricky. Still holding down to the wire with the operator. Knew that the player is going to rush in. Kohli faces the brunt force of those kunai knives. And the mid control, it's already gone. Market, one player flushed out. 10-7, that's a big loss. Kibon on the other end, he is holding down the tree area to assess the situation. It's a 2-2 split coming in from the ends of 10-7. And Amigos, well, they're just delaying the inevitable. They want to head towards side B. The execution, it's taking its own sweet time as a rechargeable smoke. They are back into the picture. Tricky heading forward towards the site. Boathouse is going to be a really good spot, but there's one player who is already holding down line of sight. That is Morningstar, aka Lucifer, aka UV. He's gone for the second. The third is going to be there as well. The follow-ups equally good. Last man standing, Janola, stuck in this clutch situation. And Kibo, he knows exactly where the enemy is. Even though Kibo is not the Cypher, he knows where Janola is. Shuts him down, gets around, and it's an equalizer.
Man, I really want to take a look at the replay once again, though. Sidax, good initiation. Even, you know, picking out the operator Jet as well. And here comes the recovery, though, from Morningstar. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. My oh my, do we get to see Team 10-7 just hold their ground. As it's a 3-3 equalizer. A timeout will be requested from the side of Team Amigos. Unnecessary one. Because from the side of Team 10-7, they just got a hold of their footing.
Oh boy.
10 kills for Tricky.
He's sitting at double digit. And the others are just following up. The action is amazing. But the response is going to be equally good. Amigos, 3 big ultimates from the shadows. Hunter's Fury alongside Lockdown. Xeon. He needs to call in the shots, man. The Lockdown is going to help them a lot getting the control towards the site. But they need to choose it wisely. If they head towards a spot where there's already this one sentinel present, that is Cypher, then even outside the radius, he can shoot people. And that's the sad part. So choose your location accurately is what I want to say for the likes of Amigos. This is a round to make it or break it. Heading forward, good approach, pop flash right across. Kibo gets the first and the second one as well. Blind as a bat, and Hunter's Fury being committed onto Neko. And he falls down with the weight. Last 2 players remaining. And Amigos, they had a really good start, but all of a sudden, they're starstruck.
Fragment, Pop Flash, Paranoia, Kibo, and the Omen. Just pushes in, gets 2 kills, caught up with Hunter's Fury, and here comes the shot from Tricky. Does he know the location on Omen's whereabouts? Janola.
He also doesn't know.
Yeah, he also doesn't know. He has no idea where Tricky is. But he's the only player left. From the shadows is available, but not quite sure using it in this round would be the best idea as of now.
He's inside the monitor currently. For this clutch situation. 1v5. He has from the shadows. Can head towards the following site and go for the post plant at the bare minimum. Oh, but there comes the cam. The information reveals that the player is heading towards site B itself.
Run, Janola, run.
He is running for his life. Teleportation on point because there was the Cypher tripwire right in front. Good bypass. And Tricky, the shotty is ready. Every single one of them on point. They want to chase him till the very end. But Janola, good for 2. But the last one won't be secured as Kibo shuts him down. Gets the 4th on board. 10-7. They are playing in the map of the opponent's pick.
And I just... When the round came to a start in the previous round, it was an entire lockdown from E-main. They had no other choice to escape. You always know that there will always be a stack from the attackers, right? Mm-hmm. And being able to get stuck in that important chokehold and get absolutely obliterated is just really tough to watch. But here comes Paranoia, here comes the aggressive plays, and here comes the first frag from Tricky. This time, Xeon out of the picture. Control on B main is gone. So is the control of Paradox. It's gonna miss a little bit of a shot, but Kibo comes back at the right time, pushing towards the smoke, securing multi-kills, and once again it's Janola. History repeats itself as he's the only player left, but with a chance, a choice. 1v3, can it happen?
Oh, last time he did leave things in a 1v3. Now he's back again with 7 bullets. What are you doing, Janola? He does not want to give away his location by reloading the weapon. That's big, that's crucial, but he needs to hit those headshots. If he whiffs once, he's gone for. Tricky already set for the play of his life. Ginola slowly heading towards the side, but the other side is completely empty. He knew these kind of plays are gonna come through because that entire shutter was down to 1 HP. Tricky with a shorty, shut things down and gets the 5th on board. 2 rounds lead from a disadvantage to advantageous position. That's 10-7 for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. The lead continues to grow. 4-round back-to-back wins. As we get to witness the growth of 10-7's dominance on map Ascent. But although for the side of Team Amigos, they have some utilities of their own. The lockdown, the Hunter's Fury, and maybe from the shadows to try to find the gap. Find a certain loophole that they could try to get advantage of. A very aggressive recon to provide information all the way from the backsides of B. Won't be able to find one, but at least they have some information regarding players' whereabouts. At least one of them who just used the classic, but Tricky, prepped and ready.
Oh no.
Here comes the all-drone, here comes the aggressive peaks and the succession, and here
Good
comes
trade.
Neko, perfectly predicting exactly where the dash would go, and here comes the null command.
Null command activated. 4 seconds again and again. You're gonna keep getting shunned down, not use your abilities or utilities. So he needs to play this one smart. He can also go ahead and do the same thing, nullify the opponents. The timing needs to sit right. Finally, Amigos getting the post plant, which they were able to do in the starting 3 rounds, but eventually they faded away. But Kibo, he is taken down for now. The second one out of count. Cyrax, he's hitting his shots. He's getting the perfect response to it as well. But Kibo, the moment he got reset, he's going ahead and doing the heavy lifting. There's Hunter's Fury, but for that Hunter's Fury to be committed, he has already gone way too far. There comes the diffusal, and in the middle of all of that, the pings are going to be imminent, but the half diffuse has already been stuck. The third one comes through, but the player is far away to go ahead and clutch this round. Juggy!
Well played,
Oh,
10-7.
boy.
Well played. The read from this man. Wow.
One man did all of that hard diffuse. He knew that there's like 3 shots in the quiver,
Yeah.
calculated every single one of it, and the HP was out there.
You know, let's not forget about Hibon. 2 wall bangs in sight. 2 wall bangs on sight. Hibo. Yeah, and the Hunter's Fury, though, just well calculated at that. Both of them were full on HP. They realized that it's a Hunter's Fury on long range. They didn't had enough time, and they just defused it so well. Kohli in a very big trouble though because the lockdown has been activated, so he needs to fall back. Here comes the support from Tricky, man. His shots is just on point. I mean, sure, they've got the control on the side, but they've lost 2 players already, and more starts to happen. As you have UV all the way towards Market as he receives one jumping. Kohli doesn't secure the kill, but Kibo does. 7-3 as 10-7's dominance will never stop on the first map of Ascent. And let's not forget, it's a map being picked by Team Amigos.
They're gonna regret this. They for sure are gonna regret this. The attacking side operator coming in from Cyrax, well, not a good decision. I mean, he can hit those shots, not gonna lie, but eventually, in close knit corners, you need to have your friendly weapon like Phantom or a Vandal. Tricky, yes, it works out for him the best because he is in the defensive side. The attackers are gonna walk in from the front lines, and he can just go ahead and shut them down.
Yeah. The all-drone will force it back, but he forgot about Paradox. Gets the kill and falls back to safety. Location's been revealed once again thanks to the Cypher's trap. And this time you can clearly see that Amigos are they just cannot handle this pressure. Wait for the right moment for the smoke. Here comes the pop flash from Kibo, but he forgot about Neko, who is deep towards Garden. But Kibo is still alive and kicking. So does UV. He just used the shorty and get 27 HP remaining, and the battle just doesn't work. It just works.
Lucifer, you beauty. AKA Morningstar, UV, my god.
A man with many names.
Many names. But he just runs down by 1 aliases. That is me here to kill, me kill.
Hence the name Morningstar. He just
Beautiful
his
round.
breakfast is KDA,
Yeah.
kills, deaths, and assists.
No, you ignored the deaths.
Oh, yeah.
Skills and assists.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
it.
KA.
Yeah, K.
You know, it would have also helped a lot if he was playing KO. It would have went well with the reference. But you know, as the Cypher, he's just been doing a really great work. Once again, Tricky, the Owl drone, just there for info. But Cyrax
wow.
just well played though, taking out UV immediately. As right now, the advantage could favor for Amigos, but the way how 10-7 has been playing as of now, it's just... What is their answer, though? That's what I'm curious about.
Whatever the answer is, they need more of those first kills, first bloods, forcing in those trades.
One-way smoke.
Yeah, the one-way smoke kind of flubbed there, Paradox, but now repositioning himself. And the execution heading towards side A. There comes the counter smoke, buying in a lot of time, and whoever disrespects this, it's gonna take the brunt force approach of Paradox. Gets the second one. He's happy that he has helped the entire team in order to get that post plant and reposition equally good. Kibo, very aggressive, but he has to unfortunately be shut down. Cyrax, good control altogether, and Ginola, he's also doing a really good job. Again and again, faking the plant. The player is peeking right around the corner. Comes a shot. Kohli, is he able to do this clutch? Nope. Right around the corner, it was Ginola. There comes the fourth on board. Amigos. Well, the first half is over. The attacking side is done for them. Now is the time for the defense to shine. How well can they stop 10-7 is the question. They're already running away with multiple rounds. 4 rounds difference is what we can see currently on the board. In order to inch it close, they need to first win the pistol in the second half, following up with the bonus, and deny the bye round of the opponents. That's a lot of task. That's a huge thing to ask currently.
Yep. And they need to do it 4 times in a row. Like 4 times in a row. Like in the second half. Pistols, bonus, and the round next to it. So yeah.
3 times.
3 times.
Fourth is imminent.
Yeah, 4th is imminent. I have to say a tech pause will be given, and also folks, and also the audience who are watching this stream right now, we do have a giveaway of 2x1000 Valorant points. All you have to do is just check your Instagram socials of the Esports Club and comment Valorant in any of the stories to get yourself registered and have a chance to win 2x1000 Valorant points. Winners will be decided on the 23rd of December, so make sure to get yourself registered. Make sure to comment Valorant or any of the stories of the Esports Club social handles, and especially on Instagram. And yeah, may the best man win.
Yeah, all the best to you guys as well. There's a lot at stake. Same thing goes for the likes of Amigos as well. So far, they have been performing so well. Now, once they have met their match, they're not able to function right. A tech pause at the beginning of the second half itself. I'm hoping things are gonna get sorted real soon. We don't want to watch a 4v5 or a 3v5. It needs to be 5v5. That's what we all are counting upon.
You know, I have certain situations when I was playing Valorant competitive. It was a 4v5,
Did you
and
guys
I
win though?
lost a 4v5.
That's what
Yeah.
happens when you have a man count disadvantage.
I mean, like, 5 as in 5 in my team. Like, we lost a 4v5 because the 4v5, the 4 team had one. Like, the 4 players had one, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, talking about the pistol round itself, Tricky, 1, UV, getting the second, and Neko trying his level best to hold his ground from A shot, but it's still not enough. Control on A is imminent, so is the imminent destruction of the side of Team Amigos. Post plan it is, 2v4, so is very low on HP. Is it possible for this clutch?
Seems like impossible task to go ahead and accomplish. Beyond Juggy, he's heading from the backside. Wow, the kahunas on this man. I believe he's on for a different potential altogether. There he comes. That was a really good pop. Last man standing, and he's busy breaking the door. Reload. Yes, of course, but later on the follow-up needs to come through Kohli. He's so low on HP. They're buying the time. They're sitting right around the corner. But the right click of the Classic is deadly as ever. Xeon, for now, won't be able to clutch that pistol round. Hence, making it even more tough for them to get the next following round. Amigos, definitely not a good start.
Not a good start, and the lead continues to grow for 10-7, 9-4. They've secured pistol rounds. Talk about UV's choices of weapons, a Sheriff and a Regent Shield. Same goes for Paradox as well. All of them are in light armor except for Kohli, who has the Spectre in heavy armor. If they had an Outlaw, it would have been a risky decision, but it could have helped them secure a kill or two. Let's see how well it works out in the hands of 10-7, 10-7 as of now. See that there is one player playing so close. Kohli has no awareness of Jets' location, but somehow Tricky comes back to save the day, protect his teammate, but still he'll get picked out from Ginola nonetheless. Red Dots will be made, 3 kills, and once again, Amigos, very spot of bother.
Last man standing, Xeon, slowly reaching towards Ramps and Tricky. He is reaching as well, but Xeon, quick on the trigger, gets the upgrade, Phantom in hand, 7 bullets. Needs to go in for an immediate reload. UV, my god, this man is playing smart. He did not destroy the glass, expecting that the player might swing in and understand that I'm waiting right across the corner, but it was not required. This distraction was enough as Kibo shuts the opponent down. Second round gone. No matter how smart the strategy was, couple of players heading towards wine cellars and thinking that they can just be the notorious men out there, peek right across and get frags from the Classic, that was instantly denied from the likes of 10-7. So no matter how smart you play, 10-7 adjusts themselves to that and adapts to the entire situation. The knife is going flying for information, and he will get so.
Oh man. And that, what a way to suppress the Jet. And I believe that the dash has already been used. No, dash hasn't been used.
Smart decision.
Yeah, that's a smart decision though. Especially with the suppression of getting caught. Owl drone being pushed. Cyrax might go into the push, but he's a bit afraid that it might be a trap. It might be a bait. He's just gonna stay still. He has the advantage on Garden. Just wait for them to arrive once they, heading towards the doorways of Garden. They're not gonna push in though. Kibo playing it safe. They know that they have a broken buy, which means that high likelihood chance they might have a ghost. Playing it safe, suppression knife once again. I believe they have the info on one of the players. It looks like Cyrax is going for it. Does he have the proper info?
I don't think so, but oh my god, peeks around the corner. Cyrax good for 2. My god, weapon upgrade, and from here on he's running away and telling this story to the entire squad that I got 2 kills and the control is not there for the likes of 10-7 in this particular round. Xeon way too low on HP. Tricky 1 right click. It's gonna do the job, but it's Xeon. He is capitalizing things so well. The height advantage is not gonna be that great, and it's all a 1v2 situation now. Ginola, Paranoia in hand. The Paradox unaffected. Still there towards the boathouse. Neko, he wanted to check those close mid corners, and now that he has the information that the player is not available there, it's Paradox who's stuck in this 1v2 situation. 8 bullets, goes for the reload, an instant smoke just to reposition and play somewhere else. Gets the first, the second one is just going to be a follow-up, and he does that! A clutch coming through. Paradox took some damage, but it is all there in that Regent Shield. This man is untouchable. 1v2 and a post plant. What a beautiful clutch. Cyrax started it so well. But later on, this is the part where UV, my god, the flick was beautiful and the ending was sublime.
Yeah. Playing around the circles of the smoke. Paradox. What a way to clutch it out of 1v2. Being able to, make sure that the individual plays would be in his favor. And looks like 10-7's lead once again requires 2 more rounds to secure map number 1 Ascent. Juggy playing very close once again with the Bucky. Information from the roll, and now Tricky knows this. AJ started dealing major damage, but Tricky wants to go a little bit aggressive. He knows that the Soul is playing very close, but somehow he gets away with the kill. Upgrade is his. Damage dealt around, still alive, not for long. Kohli comes back. A fling of his own. He goes in for the swish and a frag. T-Bow. Once again, pop flash will be made. So is a flash of the paranoia. Sheriff Village secures a headshot. Yes, it does. Ginola will get it. But now it's a 2v4 situation favoring for the side of Team Amigos.
Amigos, they might pull this Thrifty right across. Kohli now heading forward, but Cyrax, look at him getting the mid control, knows the information that nobody is heading. Either way, Ginola good for one, and Neko right around the corner gets the flick, and Thrifty as well. Amigos, they're in for the treat. As the opponents, all this time they were winning rounds, they have finally taken the timeout. But again, it is the defenders who are taking it. Knight Rider, okay. I believe he might be the coach.
Yep, the coach for the side of Team Amigos. They definitely need this timeout as they did secure a Thrifty round, giving them enough amount of weapons to deal with the shenanigans that we do get to see 10-7 do on a map like Ascent. So right now, what can they think about it? Like, what can they do? Since Tricky is always aggro in those positions, you even have Paradox with the clutch movements, and also UV, multi-kills after multi-kills, 2 to 3. Basically the opener.
Replicate the previous round. Keep replicating it. It's still not over. It's 11-5. They need to deny it again and again. The buy rounds coming in from the likes of the opponents, the attackers, 10-7. Amigos, it's their own map pick. We've been emphasizing on this so much because 10-7 in their own map, that is Haven, they are lethal, man. They are lethal. I don't think so. They will allow Amigos to head towards the third map. If things go south in the first one itself. Cyrax opting in for that operator, really good choice. It's the weapons of the winners. And in the hands of defense, it's always lethal.
Again, pressure being applied from mid as 10-7 needs to realize that there's an alarm board that can give away information in Cyrax. Clearly red. There goes Kohli, but the aggression is still on the way towards market, and you can clearly see the fear that Tricky has installed in the hearts of their enemies. Cover going out. Forcing them to hold their ground all the way back in towards B side. As you can clearly see that Cyrax is not backing out. A second kill, Tricky goes out, and with it the entire mid control starts to fumble.
I believe this round is already long gone. Paradox needs to start getting those frags. Now manpower disadvantage. There comes the trade.
Spike down mid.
Again, it's Amigos having the advantage. 4-2. Ginola right across the corner. Double peak swings coming in. 10-7. All of a sudden, they want to equalize things. They want to go ahead and put down the shutters on the opponent. Cyrax having the operator. Has it been accounted for? Is the question. Good smoke. One wrong move and things are going to fall apart. UV, he needs to check his back. Last man standing, Paradox. 1v2 situation where Cyrax, he's the man hitting those shots since the beginning. 4K to him. And the 6th round for the likes of Amigos.
Yep, the round's not over yet, folks. Team Amigos, they're starting to make a comeback of their own as it is 6-11. And also a great way to use the cloud burst as a one-way smoke, basically blocking the players' line of sight. And also for the side of Cyrax, you get to see the legs of their opponents, making it easier to secure those impactful frags. 17 kills, the operator works like a charm. They just need to keep repeating the same things that they've been doing in the previous 2 to 3 rounds and ensure that they could secure it.
Get out of my way.
I'm expecting the same. Tricky. Very aggressive. And Ginola, my god, quick on the trigger, shuts down the ultimate. Neko on the other end, good control towards hell. And he's unleashing it on the opponents one by one, shutting him down. He had to go in for the reload, else he would have been good for yet another player. UV, pop flash right in front, and the doors have been shut upon. And going for the post plant, that's the best bet that they can eventually get. But defenders, they're not gonna allow that. They know that if they give the opportunity to go ahead and make a bank for it, 10-7 might do it.
Yeah. They almost might. Team Amigos. Lots and lots of utilities prepped and ready for both the sides. Hunter's Fury from the shadows, Null Command from both of them, which are available. And they just have to play to it accordingly. The only difference is Cyrax, because he's been getting those impactful rounds over and over again. The early peaks should not be in the hands of the defenders, because if they do, if they get the first frag and if they take out the controller or maybe even a duelist, then things could go out of hand. Gino is going to be using the paranoia, maybe trying to flush out some of the opposition and get to safety. Here comes the fragment as well to deny the push. But right now, you can clearly see the 10-7. They're just baiting out utilities, and they just baited out 2 of them.
That's right, paranoia alongside the fragment. There comes a trade, no more smokes, Amigos, big mistake. And the entire side is open for business. Neko still waiting down to the wire, takes down multiple opponents. But eventually it's Paradox trying to do the heavy lifting. Amigos, they have the man-count advantage as Neko fallen down as well. There comes a trade, and Amigos gets the 8th on board. What a way to recover things, lads. And right after the reset from the likes of Cyrax, right, they could yet again get another weapon.
Yep.
So 4 weapons from the previous round. So their economy is looking really good.
So much stonks.
A lot of stonks.
High profit.
On the opponent's side, broken buys all across.
Yep. They did secure only 1 thrifty round win, but you cannot expect to have multiple thrifty round wins, right? Especially when you have a broken buy like this, it's really difficult. Here comes Paranoia, here comes the aggressive attempts from Tricky with the help of Stingers, and here comes Judgment Day from Ginola, but he gets instantly denied as Kibo springs in with the Stingers.
As long as Neko is alive, 1 bullet, what is he thinking? As long as he's alive, he's gonna do something more deadly, but no, unfortunately, big mistakes all across. Did not go in for the reload or for the classic Juggy on the other end. He is the juggernaut, and 1 by 1, Amigos, yet again, they're shutting down the hopes of 10-7 to get the 12th on board. Last man standing, peeks around the corner. Paradox, good for 1, but not more than that. Cyrax, the shorty, is just on point. Now they're holding their heads, thinking we are making big mistakes. And with that, Amigos is getting more and more confident with their plays against 10-7.
The more confidence that the side of Team Amigos gains, the more problems do we get to witness Team 10-7B. They've had such great advantage winning all pistol rounds and the round next to it. Bonus rounds was there. What exactly happened after that? Well, it was the timeout nonetheless. After that timeout, the way they handled things out at the rounds next to it definitely favored at the hands of Team Amigos. Now there's tensions brewing around the side of Team 10-7 as they're yet to get at least 2 round wins in order to close things off on map number 1 Ascent. Let's not forget, they haven't took any timeouts. 2 of those timeouts was from Amigos.
So yet again, the powerhouse is going to generate a lot of horsepower right across. Gets the first one, Tricky, right at the back lines. He's still ignoring Tricky, but Tricky finally shuts him down. But Neko has done the hard work. He's already gotten so many frags that now Amigos, even if they're thinking about the rotation, they can do something better. Lucifer, where are you going? Ginola is right across, gets the frag, and I believe the 10th one is right across. Double digit. Amigos, they're playing things to perfection. Aldro not going to get the information onto where the last man is standing. Tricky, Cyrax, he's still holding the operator till the very end. That was a really good flick, and Ginola closing things shut. As 10-7, they have been committing a lot of blunders.
10-7. As a side of Team Amigos, they have just won 6 rounds. A consecutive 6 round wins from Team Amigos. The amount of positionings that you got to see from the attackers' end is just... they're just getting confused. Like, what exactly is happening? And even with the incredible hold that I got to see from Neko, just ignoring the duelist and taking out both the Sova and the controller, man, even if the KO did get popped out, the value that he caught from that frags was just so powerful.
That's how you set your goal. Cyrax shutting down Tricky again. Hopes are shattering. Juggy, look at him. He knows that the player is right across. He's spraying through. It's not even a Mona Lisa anymore. It's a straight line. The line of death. From where coming back is not possible. Amigos. What a comeback story, man. What a comeback story. Keep on, good for one. But still, there's a lot of heavy lifting that they need to do. All of a sudden, the man count disadvantage is equalized. Neko, the powerhouse, holding down A. From the shadows being committed, Jackie knows that the player right across goes for the spray, but Kibo, good for yet another one, having the side access. But little do they know that Ginola is already towards the side. That they know. They could use that information. The knife came in at the right time. Last man standing. Amigos.
Spike planted.
All of a sudden, the tables have turned. Kohli. Kibo. Against the likes of the last man standing. Neko. The IGL. How well can he go ahead and clutch this is the question now. Also check where the opponents are. One is very close. Suppressed as we could see. And the other one towards the boathouse. Identity concealed, and Kibo, he might play this to perfection is what I believe. Jumps down, and Kibo gets the kill and gets the round as well. 12th on board. Amigos, they needed this round, but unfortunately, they're not gonna get that. The mid was wide open, Baba Gusta.
It was wide open. But on the bright side, they have good economy, so they have some money in the bank. They will ensure to get in those full buys as best as they can. But this round was a necessity for the side of Team 10-7. They really needed this round, and they did it so well. Even with the major disadvantage, we did get to see both Kibo and Kohli do their magic. With the Hunter's Fury, which is available for Juggy, he needs to make that Hunter's Fury count. And also, for the side of Team 10-7, be careful of Cyrax's line of sight.
Oh, it's a pre-aim. All of a sudden, Ginola, I'm not feeling good about that, and he should have felt the same thing. Controller out of the picture. This is the big mistake being committed. Amigos, I believe this is going to be a downfall for them.
Not just yet. You still have the Hunter's Fury, even though that they have major casualties. Team Amigos, they still have the morale, they still have Cyrax, the operator, the power play that could change the entirety, and it misses. It misses. Not good. Giving away the information, and here comes Null Command with some beautiful information being displayed from the Sova.
Oh, the distraction. Just amazing. Entering to the side, Tricky, his location is unknown. What's it gonna be like? Xeon shut down, and the entire side control is there for the likes of 10-7.
30 seconds left.
Just a simple post plant. I believe they still have the spike in hand. Yeah, there you go. Cyrax having the op in hand. Do or die situation. 10-7 on match point. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, and here comes Tricky. He finds one, the second almost forces on a reload, and UV just comes back with a classic in hand, securing the shot and also a victory on map number 1 Ascent. Almost too close for comfort. Amigos, 6 rounds back-to-back wins, and then suddenly we saw the upset that had been delivered from none other than Team 10-7. And guess what? No timeouts from 10-7.
They didn't need it, but the controller, right? That was so important. Ginola right off the bat being picked was a big mistake. They should have kept that cool, calm collectiveness till the end. Ginola did not overstep until last round. And that's the kind of mistake if you create, you won't give those smokes to the team, and the repositioning is not going to be that amazing. So that's what lacked in the previous round. And Juggy, that was a really good try from him. Really good try. Until Tricky just pulled up all of the tricks off his sleeves and he just updrafted, dashed right inside. That was a perfect decoy that he could create, hence the follow-up coming in and all of those moments. Let's just go ahead and relive it in the crucial moments.
Yep, crucial moments. The first half, it was just a fragathon from Team 10-7, especially Tricky and UV, Morningstar.
I was surprised with the performance coming in from Amigos. That was a beautiful cutthroat action from their end. Not gonna lie, they have stood up against those bullies. 10-7. But ultimately, it's 10-7 who have that all-star roster and they have the experience as well, which is one thing that's lacking for the likes of Amigos.
Yeah, and you can clearly see the changes that had happened after the timeout when the coach of Team Amigos decided to take it. And once they explained the situation, you can clearly see that steamroll effect happening for like 6 to 7 rounds back to back. And Cyrax, man, was he just so well with the AWP. And also good plays though from Team 10-7, especially on post plant. Knowing that the Hunter's Fury is being aimed at long range, all they had to do was just go for the half defuse and let the other one go in with the defuse as well. So it's just very well played though from the side of Team 10-7.
They know each tick does 70 damage. All in all, it was all smartness coming in from their end. Or 75 to be very honest. Ultimately, getting the entire round was their actual agenda, but Neko, man, he was unstoppable. Look at him. I just spoke about him and he could charge forward against 2 players. Second one, Kibo, done. But the third one, Tricky, was very tricky to handle.
And once the jump peak happened on this round, it's basically they just gave away that information. And this is the final round from Tricky. Also from the side of Team 10-7, securing map number 1 Ascent, which means that map number 2 Haven will be a map that's been picked by Team 10-7. As we take a look at the scoreboards, 24 kills for Tricky, 22 kills for Cyrax. As map number 1 Ascent comes to an end with Team 10-7 securing the lead.
10-7 early head start. And it just seems like the entire team is very confident. Kohli, good trades coming in from his end, Paradox as well. But I believe the role of a Cypher suits him better. The Sentinel role, rather than being a controller. He's not that explosive whenever it comes to being the controller because you need to provide the smoke till the very end. And because of that, you have to play passive-aggressive. And that's what we could see from his end. UV on the other end, he did justice to the Sentinel. Could get a lot of frags, 15 on the board as well. Kibo, he was also on point. But Tricky, since the beginning till the end, he kept the frag fest rolling in. Cyrax as well, kudos to him, man. Moving in towards defensive side, the operator was seeing a lot of action and he was getting those first bloods drawn right off the bat. 5-9, but the difference is night and day.
13-10, and let's take a look at the MVP of the matchup. Who's it gonna be? I believe it should be on the side of Team 10-7, and it's none other than Tricky. 9 first kills, 24 kills, and of course, 3.9k damage and 44% headshot.
Wow. All-star performer. Good control towards the mid rounds. Did enable the opponents to thinking that, mid is all yours, you can come forward. And then all of a sudden, it was his operator doing the magic. Tricky, he's filled with all kind of surprises and the first map has already gone their way. 10-7, winning it on an opponent's pick. But we have seen this pattern, right? We could see in the lower bracket as well, where 120 FPS, they won in the opponent's pick, but then lost in their own. So you never know. It can be the similar situation in the upper bracket as well.
Yeah, high likely chances that 2-1 can be, can be made on lower brackets, especially with amazing performance being delivered from both the sides from Amigos. But whether or not it's going to happen or not, we'll be taking a short little break and we'll be right back as soon as possible. Don't go anywhere.
Hello guys, this is Ikam Sai from Gossip.tg and with me I have Paradox from 10-7. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great right now.
So let's just start with the questions. How did you start playing Valorant and what drew you to the competitive scene?
So I've been playing Valorant since it was in closed beta where there were no even Asian servers at that time. So I've been since the beta, played on Europe servers. Honestly, I just dived into the Valorant because I've been too familiar with the FPS games. So I was maybe this is just another cakewalk for me. So that's why I dived in.
So the next question I'm gonna ask is, how have you prepared for this specific tournament?
So basically, like, I have no definition of any preparation or something. But we made this team a few hours before registration ended, and we are like, चलो guys, अभी तुम लोग को मैं दिखाता हूँ. I'll just play. खेलते, मतलब everyone is young gun in this team, pretty much known honestly. So we just made a mixed team here right now.
Okay. What are your personal goals and aspirations within the Valorant competitive scene?
My personal goals and aspirations are to represent India on an international stage and a global stage and prove something that is not possible for a long time right now in PC gaming, that we are not competent enough. But I do believe we have the capacity, the skill set, this whole country, and there are a lot of talents, and I want to prove that yes, I am one of them, and I'm also trying myself that to bring up the community and also those youngsters who have those talent, nurture them stuff.
Next question I'm gonna ask is, what do you believe contributes to the strong chemistry within your team?
Honestly, it's the in-game and out-game. Both stuffs are very much important. Considering your relationships and bonds with the other players, your mates outside the game also translates in-game as well. And also while being a part of the game, your tendencies on how you play, like on aggressive, passive, like the clutch competence, or even bhai ko kaise hamara trading style, that kind of thing. A lot of things do contribute to the factor of chemistry in game, but honestly the most underrated thing being the outside of the game, how much good you gel up with your teammates and how you bond frequently.
So now comes the segment of rapid questions. We have to answer this or that. Okay, so let's just start with it. Phantom or Vandal?
Vandal.
Ascent or Bind?
Ascent.
The EMEA circuit or the China circuit?
China circuit.
Booster or FNS as an IGL?
As an IGL booster.
Okay. Prime 4 second or Prime texture?
Prime 4 second.
Okay. The Champions Karambit or the RGX Karambit?
Champions Karambit.
Prime Loud or Prime DRX?
Prime Loud.
Yeah, Prime Loud or Prime DRX?
Prime Loud.
The current EDG roster or the Prime Optic roster?
Prime Optic.
Neon pre-nerf or Chamber pre-nerf?
Neon pre-nerf.
And the last question, of course, Reaver Vandal or Koronami Vandal?
Koronami.
So guys, this was Paradox from 10-7, and I'm really happy to have you around, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
See ya.
Hello guys, this is Amigos.gg, and with me I have Janola from Amigos Esports. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling fantastic today.
That's really great. So without further ado, let's start with the questions. The first question I'm going to ask, of course, how did you start playing Valorant and what drew you to the competitive scene?
I started playing Valorant since beta. I come from Fortnite background, so my friends really forced me into it. So yeah, really been enjoying since. Coming to competitive background, again my friends forced me into it.
Okay, that's great. The next question I'm going to ask is, how have you prepared for this specific tournament or this specific season, as you are a familiar face around TEC Showdown?
To be honest, we haven't prepared anything yet. We just go on the go. Hopefully we win this time.
So regarding that, how are you managing the pressure of competing in a tournament like this?
To be honest, I feel no pressure at all. Players are familiar. Competition is familiar. So yeah.
What do you believe contributes to the strong chemistry within your team?
I think my team's strong point is that we never tilt. We never fight over anything. We just a bunch of bros hanging out, and yeah, if we win, we win. We lose, that's it.
Okay. And what are your personal goals and aspirations within the Valorant competitive scene?
Yeah, for me, I would like to achieve something internationally long term, but for short term, I would like to win Split 1.
So now this brings us to the rapid question segment, where you have to answer this or that. Shall we start with it?
Yeah, come on.
So, Phantom or Vandal?
Phantom.
The EMEA circuit or the China circuit?
I think EMEA, China's doing really good.
Okay. Prime Demon 1 or Prime Aspus?
Ooh, I'd say Prime Demon 1.
Boaster or FNS as an IGL?
I'd say FNS.
The Champions Karambit or the RGX Karambit?
Champion, obviously, it has the aura.
The current EDG roster or Prime Optic roster?
I'd say Optic, El Diablo.
Killjoy pre-nerf or Cypher post-buff?
I'd say Killjoy pre-buff, even though Killjoy died, the turret would still clutch.
4 second or texture?
Ooh, I'd say texture after leaving G is doing really good. Won a cup.
And the last question, Genji or PRX?
Dil to PRX bolta hai, par dimag Genji.
That's really great. So that concludes this video. Thank you, Janila, for coming to this interview. And thank you guys. We'll see you around. Bye bye.
See, in all of those questions that Harry asked Ginola, my focus was in his bedroom's aesthetics.
Yeah.
My God, he has a theme and everything, guys. So that's amazing. But yeah, the overall experience towards the Showdown series as well is what Harry would ask those questions alongside the answer as well. Well, it has been a pleasure, right? But the first map has not gone in for the likes of Amigos.
Yep.
Hence, it's already a bad start for them because they were heavily counting upon the first map, which is Ascent. And unfortunately, they did give a really good fight, but it is 10-7 running all around and getting that 13th first.
Yep, Ascent has fallen into the hands of Team 10-7, and now they are this close of reaching the spot to the grand finals on map number 2, Haven. This is their map pick, but I have to say the performance from Team Amigos Esports have done so well. After the timeout of the second half, their hold on defense was just really good. The only question that I have to say is, can they do it again on map number 2, Haven?
Oh, it's a tough question, man. It's a tough question. I've seen the entire squad of Amigos in the previous seasons. They have been really good in the map of Haven. But again, the question arises that, are they better than 10-7? Because 10-7, the way they get the control towards mid, B, and then go ahead for those endeavors, it's amazing to look forward towards that. The link areas, every single thing controlled by them. So Amigos, they need to play it very smart, else things are not going to fall in a really good segment for them. Second map especially is super vital for them. Else, again, 2-0, 10-7 heading towards the grand finale, and Amigos moving in towards a lower bracket against Asterisk.
And let's not forget Asterisk, ex-champions of the Showdown series. They're making their stories known in the grand final, so they'd obviously make their best efforts to get that spot as best as possible. And for Amigos, they're basically in a bridge, right? In a bridge between Team 10-7 on the upper brackets, and in the lower brackets you have Asterisk. So they have to make a decision now. Do you really need to get a spot in the grand finals, which is the best mark for Amigos, right? Securing the grand final spot, or do they have to go up against Asterisk once again in the lower bracket finals, which will be a tough task for them?
It will be a tough task, especially them beating 120 FPS. The revamped edition of the previous season has already gone down to dust, and they're out of this tournament. So they've already had that confidence that they can defeat whoever comes right in front of them. First mistakes were made towards the upper bracket, and once they've already headed towards the lower bracket, they've understood the gravity of the situation, and they're always providing that zing in the meta as well, which I'm loving the way they're performing. But moving forward, Amigos against Asterisk, it's going to be a really good competition. But focusing in towards the second map, which is super important. Before all of that, the agent selection locked and loaded.
Yep, agent selects are a go as we get to see the information of the agents between the two teams. One from the side of Team 10-7 and of course from the side of Team Amigos. Yeah, there you go. Map number 2, Haven. Agents are a go. Amigos Esports opting in on Neon. Interesting picks. And also from the side of Team 10-7, the classic combos of the top 5 agents that had been picked, and also the same stats that we showed in most of the days, right?
Most of the days, from day 1 to day 5.
Yeah.
It's all been the similar stance itself. Breach, Jet, Omen being the controller, Cypher comes in as the sentinel alongside talking about the Sova to provide that information. One side, it's a speedy execution or speedy stop from the likes of Amigos. They're starting with the defensive side and then later on heading towards the attack. 10-7, they're attacking first and then later on heading towards defense. I believe the part where the confidence comes in, 10-7 is pretty confident with their defensive side. Hence, the attack is coming first. So, hoping that they can squeeze in maximum value and then steamroll things forward. But that Cinderella run, will it be accomplished or not is the question. As Amigos, they're going to go toe-to-toe against 10-7. Let's just roll in right into the map and understand what goes on.
Yep, Team 10-7 securing map number 1. They will make their best efforts known to end this off on a 2-0. We're looking at the performance from the side of Team Amigos Esports. A well-made comeback on map Ascent. There is a possibility that Team Amigos can come back on a map like Haven, which is a map being picked by none other than Team 10-7. And once again, Mr. Factoid, it's good to see you. Haven's unique 3-site layout and open mid-area demand exceptional team coordination and adaptability, often becoming the deciding factor in gaining control over the game. Well, that is Haven for you. Especially when Valorant was released for the first time. The first map that had arrived was none other than Haven. But talking about the match as of now, Cyrax almost getting caught from the trap, but it will be destroyed. And their main focus will be in towards the B site. The first frag, it will be tricky. Janolo goes down, but the rest of the players have no idea that it's an entire rotate towards A. Danger lurks around, and Team 10-7 are just rushing in deep towards the spawn, giving no opportunities for either a rotate nor an execute.
Oh no. Okay, ignored. The second one is not gonna be, but Kohli! Oh my god! Cyrax thought that he was being smart by not engaging the first fight, but no, he was not. As the smoke faded, he understood he's gonna fall to the death trap, and that's what happened. A post plant coming in the previous one, hence 10-7, they have the bonus, unlocking themselves to full potential. Kohli with 3 frags, man. Everyone just sidestepping, hopping, and getting those frags. And double peek was one of the things that Amigos did not expect towards side A.
Yeah, they were like, okay, you know what? It might be post plant on B, so maybe we could try to play it safe. Nope, just rushed in towards deep into enemy's territory. Now I believe the same pressure would be applied, but this time on a different site. But the frag though from Ginola, this could be influential. And here comes UV jumping around as the fault line doesn't arrive at the right time to provide support. But the Bulldog would definitely help. Meanwhile, Tricky on the side, he secures it, taking out the Sentinel. Information so strong. And now UV, he needs to worry about the Sova and also the players coming in from the back side. And just like that, post plant for the side of Team 10-7.
Indeed, it's a post plant. How can teams understand the situation? Assess it. Neko, good right click right across, but Tricky is still available. He is alive and kicking. Cyrax being the last man standing, Bulldog in hand, but there comes the entire speed coming in. Kibo shuts him down, picks the weapon, and there goes the second round for the likes of 10-7. Back-to-back rounds, but it was a success for Amigos in the previous one. They could drop so many weapons, and look at them, healthy as ever. Vandals, Guardians with full shields alongside just one going in for the regen shield. Xeon.
Yeah, this time I would say an Outlaw would work, but maybe a Guardian could also do the same trick from Xeon. Right? The power of a high penetration Guardian, which is really good for securing those one-tap headshots. Right now, once again, pressure is on towards B this time as the Ultra Orbs will be collected from Juggy. Paradox prepped and ready with the Paranoia, followed up with the smokes. And so is the defensive maneuvers from the side of Team AES. No, wait a minute. Actually, no. They're not pushing from B. It's a push from Garage.
It is a push from Garage. He needs to be more aware. That is Xeon. Needs to be on point as well. One taps all across, but he misses both of the opponents, enabling the entire side. It's open for business. Every single one of them ready for the trade as well, as they have the man count advantage. 10-7, they have denied the buy round of Amigos. Oh my god.
Oh boy, it's just... I thought it was just a simple execute towards B. Well, guess what? No. Garage push. Just the distraction was more than enough.
That's how it goes. That's how they roll. 10-7. They always showcase one thing and the other thing happens.
Doctor of Distractonomics.
They're just like an elephant.
Just waiting at the right moment, right? So, just not quite sure what to say for the side of Team Amigos. So they just lost 3 rounds. Back again with the Sheriffs and Pistols. They're trying their little best with the Aftershock to deny the execute. But here comes UV. The first one will be made. Immediate trade from Cyrax. Weapon upgrades will be given. Man count still equalized, but not for long as Tricky comes by at the right time. Taking out the Sentinel. Post plant will be made. No, it's not. Once again,
it's a switcheroo.
It's a switcheroo.
Exactly. Paradox. He's just waiting for the opponents to think that this might be the site where they're executing, but all of a sudden, exchange of pace heading towards side C, and the opponents know it. Ginola specifically has seen that recon dart head towards from one direction to the other.
Man, this is not looking good though from the side of Team Amigos as the losing players front, right and center. All up to the Sova, Juggy to figure out a way to salvage this round, and it's not gonna happen. 10-7. They picked Haven for a reason. They picked it for this specific reason. 6 kills to Kohli. Team Amigos, they have to be careful though with the rotates this time.
Look at the amount of deaths. It's actually none. Except for Yui, yes. Yui has faced a lot of brunt force coming in from the opponent's side. 3 times. And we have just seen 4 rounds till now. Second full buy. And a tech pause. Hoping that the teams have that room to go ahead and converse with each other. Juggy sitting at 0 kills alongside Xeon. They haven't gotten the opportunity to get a single frag. Cyrax, Ginola, this entire corner needs to wake up.
Not even a breathing room.
Nope. The full buy was denied, which was very vital in the 3rd round. And post that, yet another round is what they could conceive. And now, finally, in the 5th round, they have the money. They need to make it count. There's only one player, Xeon, not able to go ahead and purchase his full shield. That's going to be a hindrance, Baba Gusta.
Yeah, tech pause will be given, and also taking a look at the economy, it's just booming.
Booming.
It's just so much economy.
Too much money.
Like, even if they lose this round, they can be able to buy like the next 2 to 3 rounds of Vandals, and they don't have to worry about it. But I really don't think that's going to put a stop to it though. 10-7. Their executes have been powerful for the past 4 rounds, and it will keep growing in size unless and until Team Amigos have a proper response. Aftershock will be used, yeah, but the dash will be done from Tricky. Here comes the problems, but Neko finds one amidst all of that chaos, but it's still not enough.
One location
It's
still
1
concealed.
out of 1. Tricky once again picks out Xeon.
Juggy.
The doctor of Taponomics just delivers its work, curing enemies side by side. And now it's a post-plan 2v4, 10-7. They are just popping off.
Last man standing, Cyrax, judge in hand, still thinking how to go ahead and accomplish this tough fleet. Oh boy, Tricky, wow. All right. Just got the information that there's no one coming towards the link. Tricky, right around the corner, knows that the opponent is gonna peek right about now, and Kohli was right across. Oh my god. I thought that Juggy is gonna be the man who will bring the round, reel it together, string by string, but no, look at him. He was still lingering around towards the sewers area, still hoping that he can get a frag or two, but the moment the swing came by, he could not respond to it accurately. Another buy round? Denied. Broken buys all across. Cyrax, he has the money. I believe he's going to go for the Vandal alongside the half shield or a full shield if he's feeling a lot of heat right there.
Yeah. Now I've got to wonder what would be the comms of Amigos right now, especially in this timeout?
Zipped
It's like
up.
economy at an all-time high. They're trying to understand how they're heading in for the execute. This was a simple execute though. There was no quick rotates, quick changes in positions, nothing. It was just a simple execute, and in that simple execute, it was Tricky who ended up with that important executes. And guess what? He hasn't died a single time.
2 words.
Yeah.
Aim diff.
Aim diff. Aim diff.
Situational awareness was not there in the previous round. There was some really good usage of the abilities, especially the flashpoint. That's it.
Hopefully they might recover it in the, especially after the timeout though.
Yeah.
I believe it's a broken buy, so yeah.
Aggressive, Cyrax, if he shoots this, It's gonna give a lot of information onto where the opponent is alongside the weaponry that he's choosing to take forward. But Cyrax, good maneuvers, man. And there comes UV. It's like, wait a second. You took my friend out? Wait. The trade is gonna come right in. Juggy finally waking up. That's a good trade, but eventually all the heavy lifting has been done. Juggy, last man standing, and it's a post plant towards side A. This is like the third time that I'm seeing 10-7 heading towards side A. And at one point, they were heading towards A, and then they chose side C all of a sudden. Last man standing, Juggy, he needs to check his spawn, and unfortunately, in the middle of all of that, it's gonna be Kibo getting the frag, 6 on board. Amigos, big ultimates all across, not gonna lie. Overdrive, Rolling Thunder, From the Shadows, Hunter's Fury, everything available. And Xeon, if he gets 3 kills, but so far he's not able to hit his shots, he will get his lockdown as well.
Right now for team 10-7, they're the ones in the lead though. I mean, take a look at the scoreboard itself. It's just perfectly well made in descending order. 98733. Is that your phone number?
No.
Is your phone number being leaked on the scoreboard?
Nah.
Or maybe it could be others though, especially with the names of the kills.
Guys, in which case, if it is, please call 100. I'm kidding. Don't.
Isn't it 112?
Get out of my way!
No.
No?
Right? Xeon. The positioning, it looks sublime. But Xeon, he gets shut down. Paradox. He's so lethal. Ginola could see right through the opponent, gets a really good frag, and throws this. There is Aftershock. There's Rolling Thunder, which is right around the corner. Juggy, you should have been tad bit more aware. And Tricky shuts down Cyrax, and he did not have the good weapons in his hand. Tricky, my god. He's been an immense force which needs to be reckoned and stopped, where the opponents are not able to do it. Oh my god, unletting all those bullets onto the grave of Ginola.
It's like the revenge of what they did in the first map.
Revenge of Kaha.
Yeah. The revenge of the revenge of the second half of Ascent. 12-0. Tricky he's not dead yet. It's been 7 rounds. It's been 7 rounds. 12 kills, 0 deaths.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, this is really painful to watch, especially for Amigos. Their performance was just so good. Their entire journey in the upper brackets, and now you can clearly see the amount of disrespect that we get to see from 10-7's side. It's like, you still have a lot to learn.
Check your corner, Tricky. And there is one man who knows that, Paradox. Experience is talking right through as Tricky. It's his Vandal doing all the talks. 13 kills and no deaths. And still counting. Yuvi knows that there's one man who might lurk in from the back lines. And he's just waiting for that opportunity. Juggy yet again shut down. Kibo, he's doing his heavy lifting as well. Last man standing. Xeon. And he still finally gets his first frag. But not more than just that. As the entire team of 10-7 gets a team ace. Equally contributed. And a well-deserved round for them. The previous round was, again, an eco round coming in from Amigos. They don't have the money. It's not pouring in, as they're not able to get those frags or even those weapons dropped from the opponent's hands. Look at them. Happy, well-fed. It's only one man who's facing the brunt. That is Yuvi. Died 5 times. Has 2,900 credits in his pocket. But it doesn't matter. The others are so filthy rich.
Yep. So rich that they could buy themselves a really good portable SSD followed up with 2 6 of RAM from Crucial.
Exactly. The upgrades. Ricky. At control, finally, they are not speeding forward. They understand if they make one mistake from here on, Amigos is going to have that snowball effect. Even though the aggressive angle has been held by the likes of Juggy, he wants to be a tad bit more informative. know what kind of execution this entire team is all about. Did control towards garage doors, Tricky heading forward, paranoia in hand, did get deployed from the hands of Ginola, but it's not done yet. We have seen such plays coming in, but Kohli, he shuts him down. There are some really good trades, but eventually 10-7, they get the side control, post plant and a C-long. Area is going to be completely fortified till the very end. Cyrax, heavy investment on the operator, has the overdrive as well. If he commits, then he needs to hit all of his shots.
He still has the overdrive, but he forgot about Tricky. He's still there.
Oh
The
my
second
God.
the taps is just so on point. He hasn't been denied yet. Now he goes down. 1v1. Come on, amigos. Now's your time to shine. And he's up against Morningstar. UV. He knows what's happening. Just needs to wait for time. Aftershock towards right. Just quick repositions towards left. Shoots in the head and goes back. Oh. Just too many doctors in the side of Team 10-7. You have the doctor of distractonomics. The second you have the doctor of taponomics. And now the doctor of denyonomics. Too much omics, but yeah.
Welcome to the Omni Matrix, guys.
Yes. Where's forearms where you need him?
Tricky. Well, finally, he has faced a death man. 16-1, but with 1 assist. So his death was a repartee. He did shoot some shots on the opponents as well. That's good. That's great. Amigos taking a tactical timeout.
And amigos, I'm not gonna lie, they were really this close though in the previous round. It was a 1v1, there was still a chance, but 10-7, man, it's just, they're in a, how can I say this? They're in another level.
They're in a nexus right now.
Yeah.
The nexus where things are not functioning right. 9-0. And if this is the similar situation again and again, then I believe 12-0 is imminent. Forcing the hands of the opponents. 10-7 has been sublime, getting those backbones broken, especially it being the economics. And currently, 10-7, they're on to their own task. They know the opponents don't have the economy. And look at them go, just passing by, heading towards the side. Hunter's Fury committed, and Kohli, he takes one out. Neko, good for one, but the gong area is not the place that you have to be till the very end. There are some really good frags coming in, and 10-7, all of a sudden, the floodgates to hell have been opened for Amigos again. Double digit. Wow.
Amigos is slowly falling apart.
They have been shredded into bits and pieces.
Is this the demo that we're witnessing for the grand finals of this series? I really think so.
I hope not. I hope not. I don't want a game which is so lopsided, one-sided, dominating performance. I mean, they deserve it, 10-7. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
But again, Amigos, there's no response to it. You have some really good ultimates. I have not seen the Hunter's Fury coming into the picture. Finally, it did come into the picture, but no rewards whatsoever. In fact, they have lost that one duelist that they have. 69 HP, Neko. Can he do wonders? I don't think so. Juggy in the process of that, he's been taken right off. And no matter what the support looks like, it's all frag fest. 10-7, man count advantage. Xeon inside the smoke. The moment it fades away, what will Xeon do is the question now. Look at the bunny hops coming in. Owl drone in hand, a lot of information. Knows that the player might be towards a link, and that has been revealed as well. Oh my god. Ginola. There comes a lockdown. Defenders, KJ, going ahead for the desperation move. And even though the players are going to be flushed out, it doesn't matter. Because every single one of them will be flushed right out. One player detained, but no one to frag him out.
Round before the switch.
Last round of the first half, and this could high likely end up in a 12-0. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie. Team Amigos are an exceptional team, and once again, I just feel so bad for Cyrax. I just feel so bad for him. The fault line, the denial of speed, the access towards the site, it's just really difficult. It all comes down to the experience that Team 10-7 has. And for Amigos Esports, granted, they are going accordingly with the books. They have studied their strategies. They have done their work. But when it comes to entering in the battlefield, even with all the information, it's just what happens live is exactly different, and it's always out of syllabus. But this time there is a slight chance. Cyrax taking out the controller will at least give them some hopes. But is it still enough? Fault line, Aftershock forcing them towards the backside, but it's still not enough. Kibo comes in with a headshot. So is UV. Tricky does the work. It's a 2v2. Team Amigos.
Spike down A.
They're just being ripped apart.
Nah,
It's a 1v2 situation, and I'm just
not sure.
not sure. You got
Nola.
12-0 first half, man.
They did not even go for a post plan. It was all a ruse.
Match point.
Oh, 10-7. 12 rounds already in the first half. One-sided domination. And I cannot even say that once Amigos wins this pistol round, they can equalize things because it's a big hike for them. 12 miles long. And they need to pack a lot of food. A lot of energy drinks.
Just, man, 10-7.
They're still sitting in single digits, except for the deaths. That's in double digit.
Yep. And Team Amigos, I hope that they're not, they're not demotivated from this matchup. Yeah. They still need to understand that they've made an exceptional work on map number 1 Ascent, and I admire that. I admire their courage. But this time, for 10-7, they're looking for a flawless win here. They are here to make a statement that the Showdown series will be theirs. It clearly looks like that is the answer that we're going to witness from the side of Team 10-7.
Cyrax, he wanted the control, but he's been shut down. Janola, good response. Shutting down the opponent. Omen, Paradox, no more smokes coming in from their end. 10-7. Feels like a conundrum for them. They want this entire game to be clean, then they might as well win this one as well. Looks like Amigos, they're in for a fight. They haven't thrown in the white towel just yet. Kibo on the other end, he's moving forward, lunging, leaping with Juggy. He spots him, shuts him down, and it's a post plant.
Post plant with this time an advantage from the side of Team Amigos. It's a 4v3 situation. Sheriff's in hand, so is the pistols. Let's not forget that there is a flank coming in from the backside. No flanks, I believe. No. Just straight up holding in towards a port line being in place. So is Tricky's shots of those wonderful taps that he just delivers. The second, very low on HP, only 9. The push still happens. It's a 2v2.
Oh no.
He finds the last, and it's all up to the cage, and he goes down as well. No way. Absolutely no way that this just happened.
God.
13-0 on map number 2 Haven.
Completely washed the opponent team. 13-0, guys, is what we've witnessed. Not even a single round for the hands of the opponents. That is Amigos. It was so close in the previous round, but yet so far.
It was just frags after frags. It's just Team 10-7 just showing their dominance, as they will be the team to secure the grand final spot.
Kudos.
First and second place, it's 10-7. They deserved it. But for Amigos, they're not out of the picture just yet. They can still have their revenge in the lower brackets up against Asterisk, but it's a huge task because they are going up against the recent ex-champions of this entire series. And man, oh man, is it going to be an amazing match for tomorrow as well.
Of course it's gonna be, especially when it all trickles down to this 13-0 in the map of Haven. We all have witnessed the slaughter to the lambs, but moving forward, they still have that safety cushion. They have that entire moment where they can redeem themselves and meet the same opposition team towards the grand finale. All of that action towards Haven. Let's just go ahead and recap it in the crucial moments.
Yep, let's take a look at the Fragathon moments on the side of Team 10-7. It was just one-sided supreme dominance coming in from their end. Tricky, Paradox. And also, how can I forget about Morningstar as well? Who had just...
Everyone woke up, man. They chose violence moving in the second map. That was the only individual brilliant movement coming in from Cyrax. Other than that, he's been shunned to death. Not given the room, the space to breathe, being the neon. Again, like the developers have told, it's very situational now. And with that situational awareness, UV, the clutch was amazing. Paradox, the follow-ups coming through, being the controller, controlling till the very end. This team, my God, they're the actual force to be reckoned with. And trust me, if I find either of them in my rank match, I'm just going to drop my weapon and be like, I call quits, man.
Yeah.
I call quits.
It's like, I mean, for me, it'll be the similar situation too. I'll be in my, a huge long couch where I just sit into the sunset and look at it, while the rest of the team are just being absolutely obliterated by Team 10-7 nonetheless. And I just, keep looking at it.
No wonder you lost the 5v4.
Yeah, so is life. 13-0 from the side of Team 10-7, 23 kills to Tricky, and of course 12 kills to Paradox. It's just, all in all, a really pure, sheer dominance coming in from the side of Team 10-7. But for Team Amigos, please don't be disheartened.
Yeah.
You guys have made an exceptional performance here.
Indeed.
Going up against Team 10-7. You guys have shown a true brilliance, but like I said, when it comes to strategies, especially when you're in the battlefield, you would always get out of syllabus questions, no matter the cost. Always.
Those curveballs, how well you can go ahead and perform in that is just the question which you need to find the answer to. All of those mistakes which happened in the map of Haven, you can go ahead, rewind and understand it to the point. And yeah, first map was really good, man. Not gonna lie, it was a really nice performance coming in from Amigos, and they have the potential
to
go ahead and clutch multiple rounds alongside the map as well.
Yeah.
So all the best. Don't worry, don't get disheartened. You still have yet another lifeline, and that's going to be against the likes of Asterisk, who were the ex-champions, and they have already given a tough fight today against 120 FPS.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, good performance, and both the games, unfortunately, have already come down to an end.
Yeah, we are, I believe, down to 3 teams, if I recall properly. We are down to 3 teams. Let's take a look at the MVP of this matchup, and I'm pretty sure it's none other than Tricky.
Yeah, it's
the smile.
right clean right there, the smug smile with just 2 deaths in the previous game, and overall the performance has been grueling.
Smile of domination.
Smile of domination. Damage being 3,734, headshot percentage 47.62. Impressive, as he was running around being the Agent 47.
Yeah, and it's also the same percentage in the previous map as well on map Ascent. Around like 46 or 47%. But yeah, let's take a look at the MVP of this series. And of course, it's a no guess at all. It's obviously Tricky. Once again,
Is it though?
Yeah, it should be Tricky, right?
Drum roll, Tricky!
It is Tricky. 47 kills, 11 first kills, 45% headshot, 214 ADR, and 347 ACS.
Man, he did provide the frags for the team. Trust me, if you need a duelist, Tricky is the man to go to. IGL, game player, playmaker, and everything. All the titles goes to him.
Like I said, he's the doctor of taponomics as well. Just well done though from Tricky. 10-7, I really cannot wait to see what kind of strategies do they have in stores in the best of 5 grand finals. They've deserved a good rest for tomorrow, because we have the lower brackets matchup between Team Asterisk versus Team Amigos. Let's not forget, Asterisk, they lost the first upper brackets matchup, and they had to fight all the way up to the lower brackets finals. So they have their own stories to tell, and now we have another stories from Team Amigos where they might get revenge. But for that to happen, they need to complete the lower brackets first.
Lower brackets, alongside the way teams are already competing in the level of leaderboard, all of that is like amazing, man. All that action in this season 7 of Showdown series. But before all of that, let's just take a look at the brackets and understand what's just happened today. All of a sudden, it's all trickling down to 3 teams.
3 teams.
That's right. As you all can see, Grand Finals, the first slot has already been reserved. 10-7. It's either first place or second place. And on the lower bracket side, it is Amigos going against the likes of Asterisk. But tomorrow, guys, there's a slight change in the schedule. We will all see you at 1 p.m. dot with the action of the lower bracket finals.
Yep, 1 p.m. to determine who will secure third place and who will have the spot to the grand finals. Will it be Amigos or will it be Asterisk? An amazing 2 back-to-back matches that we will have at the Showdown Series Season 7. And man, oh man, I just realized that time flies by, right?
Yeah.
Time flies by so fast. We had 8 teams at the beginning of the Showdown Series. Now we're just down to 3. Man, oh man, what a performance do we get to see from these teams. And for all the 8 teams, who just got selected on the playoffs, who also, participated in the qualifiers, a huge shout out to them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great scenes that are currently happening in the South Asia scene, and it's just so great to see a lot of changes in strategies and also some unexpected plays that we love to cast.
And all thanks to the Esports Club.
Absolutely.
They have given that platform to all of these young guns. Thanks to the Showdown series, it has gone from the first season to the 7th. Thanks to you all, and the support and the love is still visible, man. Talking about the level up leaderboard, there has been a lot of changes or not. Let's just go ahead and look at that. Dr. Caramel, that position can never change. Ceylon having 3rd position. But talking about the bottom part, Yash has made in towards the 7th position from 8th. So slowly but surely, he is making sure that he can reach towards the 3rd spot. Tomorrow is the time where he can, go ahead and bump up the entire game.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, for 120 FPS, even though he is eliminated, the entire team, Dox and Caramel, they'll at least secure the level up leaderboards, right? 1st and 2nd place. But in the end, I have to say, for, Tricky, he is the playmaker after all. Like I said, he has a lot of many names. And we really love to see his performance as well in the grand finals of the Showdown series. But yeah, once again, we are back here at the amazing venue called as the Spawn. And yeah, talking about it, man, so many matches, right?
So many matches.
And now it's just down to 2 now.
Down to 2. Tomorrow 1, day after another 1. And guys, for you, there's always this one option to upgrade your PCs. So might as well go ahead and check out all of the products available from the likes of Crucial. First off, the RAM sticks, DDR5 5600 CL46, top of the line, top of the class, which delivers 1.75 times faster experience than an average DDR4 RAM. What are you guys waiting for? I've been asking this question redundantly. What are you guys waiting for? Go ahead and upgrade.
Yeah, and also, game anywhere with blazing fast speed up to 1050 Mbps with Crucial X9 Pro portable SSDs. So amazing, great products coming in from the side of Crucial. So if you want to take a look at those products, check the link in the description down below and also on the pinned comments of this stream.
True that, it's blazing fast. It can provide you all the kind of information that you need alongside the data on your phone as well. It's a C-type, so you can just plug and play. That's it.
Yeah, and also let's not forget about this amazing virtual environment called as the Spawn, powered by Brainstorm, designed by Fury, and beautifully executed by the Esports Club, where esports
is done right.
Yes, and with that, I believe we will be taking our leave for today. Us, Baba Gusta, and also our Zora Aiden. Once again, really excited for the lower brackets matchup and the lower brackets finals, and also the grand finals, which will happen in tomorrow and day after tomorrow. But for now, we'll be signing off for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you in tomorrow. Until then, take care.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.